such a small con compared to everything else.
Well, that's why it'd be a good way to...
Did we go there twice?
Yeah.
Or did I go with you twice?
Yeah, that's why it'd be a small one to take her to if you wanted
I'm
show her.
Excited about that in a way because that's where the trainer tip guy was.
That's why that was in the text message.
It was kind of jumbled. You said something about Pokemon food, or what did you say? What I read at the time.
I'm typing in the truck.
No, I was driving too. I was like, I thought it had not made sense. Maybe you did, and I just didn't read it.
One of those two things.
If you want to go with BB or something, you can, or you could. Food Pokemon area.
It's good Pokemon area.
Food Pokemon area.
All right. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of...
Sorry.
Game of Thrones podcast.
Yeah. The untitled Game of Thrones podcast? No. Hello and welcome to... I already said hello and welcome. This is this week's episode
Goodbye
of 9 to 5 Nerds.
Goodbye and thank you.
Yeah. Good night. Good luck.
That was it.
This week's episode of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel,
hey,
and Katrina Swathwood.
Hello.
So it's safe to say going forward that we're going to talk about Game of Thrones every single week until it's over.
Unless it's a very bad episode, but
which is probably not.
This was number 4 of 7.
Yeah.
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 And they've all been great.
I agree. I don't know if it's just fanboyism, but
no,
they've been all great.
They've really expedited the
story,
the important stuff.
Yeah. And one thing I know, like, because they cut down 3 episodes, all that budget go into these last this
well, they're
extra
gonna have
budget.
Another battle next episode too.
Are they?
Before we
don't even
get
know
to
the
that,
preview, to
I'm
be
going to
honest.
say that the Game of Thrones is going to be the second half of the podcasts because we can't just go right into Game of Thrones every week.
Okay,
too much.
That's fair.
You know, this was the shortest episode ever in the history of the show.
The Game
You
of
said
Thrones?
we were going to talk about it the first.
Yeah, it was only 47 minutes.
I did not even notice that because for the last 20, I was clutching my knees to my chest and going, "Oh God."
Okay, we'll
We'll get there.
It was such a good episode.
I
have arguments against it, but
we'll skip for now.
We'll skip that.
Okay.
So we've talked about things where I want to talk about Cable too because the pictures for Cable came out. Did you see Josh Brolin?
Not at all.
What?
Okay, I don't have my phone on me, so get your phone out.
Apparently,
it's been like 2 days.
Has it?
Within 15 minutes, Travis, Brian, and Katrina all messaged me multiple pictures of Cable.
Did it leak or was it official?
No,
photo?
Ryan Reynolds posted them.
Okay, that's cool. Did not see it at all, and I just went to a couple sites.
That
today.
leads into something perfect because I was going to talk about. We've always talked about gaps in our
knowledge,
in our nerd knowledge type stuff, but I think the official name of the podcast is going to be Nerd Blind Spots. What do you think?
Yeah,
you like it?
I'm fine with it.
So, over the year, I mean, a nerd blind spot would be somebody that's considers themselves a nerd but hasn't seen Lord of the Rings or hasn't seen Star Wars. I don't know what people haven't, but, that would be what I would say a blind spot is.
Don't we always call it the other one List of Shame or something?
Yeah, we've called it a List of Shame, but I'm changing it. I'm in charge of this podcast. So
decree, it is now.
From... What's today? August 9th, 2017. It's going to be blind spots, nerd blind spots.
Okay. I had not seen these pictures.
Okay, we're not there yet.
Oh,
back it up.
You want me to talk about it?
That's your blind spot, is that you didn't see the Cable pictures for 3 days.
I miss a lot of news sometimes.
No, you miss it now because you're in a relationship.
No, when people die sometimes, I remember, you always text me when somebody dies. I'd say about 80% of the celebrity death, you text me.
Minister Magic Fudge?
That's how I find out.
You saw the Minister of Magic passed away, right?
I did. That was a few days ago, right?
Last week.
I make a point that when I see a celebrity pass away, that you're like the first person I message.
And there's been some I've had to go back and I want to find out how they died, and I won't be on the main page even the same day. So I would have missed it completely. I would have found out in the year at the Oscars or something.
Mm-hmm. They're dead.
Yeah, that happens every year. There's somebody I know died. Yeah. Usually a super low.
Rare. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, over the years, I've tried to fill my blind spots.
You try to fill a lot of spots.
Fill a lot of holes. But The Godfather. This was years ago. We hadn't seen The Godfather, so we watched all The Godfather. That's not a nerdy thing. That's just a movie thing.
Blind spot.
Yeah, big blind spot.
I haven't watched that as an adult.
They're so
it's
good.
Really good.
And it's funny. I was trying to think of a list. I remember watching half of Lawrence of Arabia as a kid.
I haven't seen that.
And I should rewatch that because it's always super high up.
I haven't seen Citizen Kane.
Mm-mm.
No, I haven't either. That's a big one for me. but you haven't seen Doctor Strange Love?
No.
And you
No.
own it.
Yes, I own
You
it.
own it for
And I watched Birdman.
fair enough. That was a blind spot for a long time.
Yeah, especially because I wanted to see it for so long. But I'd say like 5 or 6 years ago, at Comic-Con, I spent probably like $125 on Batman comics. What is it? The Long Halloween, Hush, Nightfall, like a lot of things that I wanted to fill. I still haven't read.
You didn't rate it?
Read Frank Miller's Batman stuff, but so that's a spot. But this week, Katrina and I finally sat down to watch Rick and Morty,
Okay.
and we haven't watched all of the first season yet.
We have like one episode left.
We're more than halfway through the first season.
I'm blind to that.
Yeah, that's in.
I don't want to be because you hear about it everywhere. Like, a lot of people watch this show and love it tremendously.
Not only is it funny, like I can't remember laughing out loud this much during a show, like live action or cartoon.
Yeah.
But it's like the material's good too. It's not just laughs for laughs. It's
Yeah.
a good story. Like
Yeah, no,
the
I agree.
relationship between
Everybody.
between everybody. Yeah.
I remember my exposure to it first was just a big, like, how do I describe it?
Live reading.
A big, like, hidden thing, like Easter egg that, I don't know, it went to multiple episodes. I think there was a big overlapping hidden Easter egg, kind of. I won't tell you. if you're
Don't
watching.
tell me because we're still watching it.
Yeah, so.
It's-
But I was like, that sounds cool and complex. But I've never watched a single episode.
It's really.
You showed me
good.
like half of one,
Yeah.
I think. Once.
But that was the first
first-
episode of the second
second
season,
season.
and we hadn't watched the first one yet. So once I realized it was the first episode of the second season, I stopped it right away.
Oh, really? The one you showed me where it showed like
The
four
split
quadrants?
screens, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I would have no context to what. Do the seasons, they follow chronologically?
I don't know.
Of
I haven't got to the
Right now, like... is it-
each one seems like its own individual adventure.
Episode. Yeah.
okay, so like nobody dies off. It's like a typical cartoon.
Uh,
Well, if they die
Don't
from
say
one...
that.
Okay, so
like there's some dark shit in it
Yeah.
too.
they don't come back, whoever dies. So it does follow chronologically. Or is it
It's
just...
hard to explain. You have to watch it
or is
to
it just one?
understand.
Okay.
Like
Different dimensions.
yeah, there a lot of it's like haha funny, but there's one time where Morty gets to pick the adventure that they're gonna go on, and he goes into like a fantasy land, and they're going down these stairs, and they go into this bar down these stairs from giant area, whatever, and they go into this bar, and Morty goes to the bathroom, and there's this jelly bean in there, and he's like talking to him stuff, but then he like forces Morty in the bathroom, and he's like
Trying to rape him.
in the bathroom. I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's
You
not.
want
It
your
escalated
kids-
very quickly.
You want your kids to watch this?
No.
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 I turned it on for literally 1 minute one time because I didn't know what it was, but how it was, really.
Immediately.
And immediately turned it off.
What was the word that it was like?
I forget,
I
but
think it said motherfucker.
yeah, and we're like, nope.
No, it could it have said that?
It said it.
No, it says it.
It says it. But I know that Blu-ray, like when you get it on
Yeah.
at your house, it's a lot different than watching it on TV.
I'm sure.
But I know that they can say certain things after a certain time more so than
Like South Park was on at 10. I think that's like a
This is
curfew.
on at 10:30
Yeah.
Okay.
or
So-
11:30. I can't remember.
But can you remember the last show that you watched? Maybe it was Stranger Things, where you couldn't wait to watch more of it.
Well, that one I literally didn't have to wait.
Yeah, I know, but you have to work. I mean, did you watch them all in one day?
No, but I feel like it was a period of like only 4 days.
Yeah, well, I have 2 seasons that I can watch, and I'm like, oh. But like, I don't have all the time in the world. I worked all day today. I came home. We immediately took Parker to soccer practice.
Yeah, so you can't watch it.
And now I'm doing this bullshit. Otherwise, I would be. But
Did
like,
you didn't feel that way when you had like Daredevil? You didn't want to like immediately come home and watch it? Or wasn't that?
We
Wasn't,
couldn't.
I really like Daredevil a lot. It's one of my favorite live action shows. And in this, I want to watch even more. Like, I want to get home to watch it.
it's fun to watch. It's
Yeah.
not work.
Yeah. What?
Just some shows when you watch,
You're
it's
putting
kind of
in
like work. Like
yeah.
some episodes suck, but you know you gotta watch it to get to the next
Yeah,
one. Or
like Iron Fist.
Yeah.
But you gotta watch it because you want to review it, or it needs to make sense for the whole for Defenders. you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I understand. This is just every episode I've been like, this is really good.
That's sick.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying
Filling that
it.
gap. Now you gotta watch a bunch of Adult Swim shows.
Like what?
I don't know.
Like I've seen episodes of other ones where I'm just like, like
I have no idea what's on that
like
channel.
Tom Goes to the Mayor. I tried watching and I didn't like
That
that.
new Samurai Jack show come out yet?
Yeah, That's one on my blind spot because I didn't watch a lot of Samurai Jack initially.
I didn't either.
I watched maybe 3 or 4 episodes and it was good, but I never got into it like some people are into it.
Shows with blind spots, childhood-wise, Dragon Ball Z. I've seen a collective 2 episodes.
I've seen a ton of Dragon Ball Z and I don't like it. Like I don't get it.
Everyone loves it though.
And I watch all of Dragon Ball and then Dragon Ball Z, and I just like my friend Jeff would go home to watch it on the Spanish channel because it was on an hour earlier.
Oh my God.
And then he would watch it when it came on the regular TV. I'm like,
That's dedication though.
yeah. And I never got into it. I'm just like,
Yeah,
it's stupid to me.
I don't understand the rules of the universe in that, so it just always threw me for a loop. I don't get what like it's funny. It's like memes now about like power levels and stuff. I don't understand what the fuck that means.
Yeah.
I never watched
like
one episode
Thetans.
of that, so I have no idea.
I don't know if it's Scientology or what.
Scientology.
And it's not like I don't like Japanese animation. One of my favorite cartoons is Vampire Hunter D. I love Vampire Hunter D a lot. And I never got into Dragon Ball Z.
I guess I wasn't into any anime except the freaking Netflix one that Fabian had me watch. Love that show.
Really?
I like that.
After all the
lot.
shit you talked about it too? At the beginning?
It's oddly perverse, but like I actually liked it a lot by the end.
That's funny. How long was it?
Like 20 episodes or 24.
The seasons for Rick and Morty aren't very long.
No, it's like, what, 15, 16 episodes?
Yeah, I'm like...
Maybe.
That's not bad.
And
It's
they're
not,
like 25
for a
minute
half-hour
show.
show.
Yeah.
if it's quality though.
Yeah, but I want more.
Well, you got 3 seasons. Dick what?
The
Well,
third
it's
season
just
just started.
If you catch up, you watch it live.
We have them recording, so
Yeah.
I'll have them. But, I mean, that's how Breaking Bad was. We binged Breaking Bad for a long time until we caught up.
Season 1 of that was what, 4, 6 episodes?
6 episodes. And I recorded the whole thing because I thought it was going to be a comedy.
Yeah, different tone. And
Yeah.
I think they advertise it's kind of like,
Yeah.
here's the guy from Malcolm in the Middle, and he's a idiot guy who's trying to make drugs.
Did you watch Saw yet?
No, I haven't finished I'm the last episode.
That's...
It's what, August?
Yeah.
When did it end? April?
I'll watch it before the new season comes on.
Oh, God.
That's... It will at least wouldn't be a cliffhanger for you.
Yeah.
Did you guys go right into
See, that's
that
what you gotta
season?
do. You just gotta delay
No.
it. Postpone
Okay,
it.
let's see. Then use that same mentality and don't watch the season finale of
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Fuck you.
And then
I
you
see
can-
the spoilers in a day. As much as I'm on the internet.
Well, have
and stuff.
you're on the internet that much? Have you? They leaked the script before this one came out.
Didn't want to read it.
No, I didn't either, and I didn't see anything about it, like any spoilers.
Like, I mean, okay, fair enough. I guess people who read it were cool enough not to post it, but I don't go on
The next one's already out.
I don't go on the Facebook that much or much social media. I just go to like news sites and whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty big news there too, though.
But you think they put in the headline like, like whatever the spoiler was?
If I was HBO, like this most recent hack, they said that they got personal email and phone number addresses for like
Yeah.
Amelia Clark and them,
They
and that
posted.
sucks. And as HBO, I'd be like, hey, we're gonna change we'll cover the cost of changing your number and doing all that, which is they should do because it's their fault.
Right.
Yeah.
But if I was HBO, I'd be like, you want ransom? Fuck you. Here's all the episodes for the rest of the season.
Goodbye.
Then you still letting the hackers dictate.
Yeah,
What
but
you
you're
release.
not paying the ransom.
No, they should never because there's no telling that the person could just release their shit anyway.
Yeah.
They should probably like legitimately get with the FBI and fake paying the ransom, find out where the fuck the money's going, and track that shit. I assume it's all digital, and this guy's working out of fucking Korea, but you know,
They wanted to be paying bitcoins, right?
no idea.
I'm pretty sure they did.
If those
Interesting. Were those the coins that you were going to invest in?
Yeah.
can you not track like digitally where they go? I have no
Yeah.
idea how it works.
I almost bought into bitcoins like when they first came out.
And now they're worth a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lost
But
opportunity.
It sounds like a dumbass idea, though.
Yeah, it does.
100%. I wouldn't have faulted you. Who would have fucking bought virtual currency for
I
real
almost
currency?
did. I was gonna put like $100 in.
It still seems stupid to me,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, it seems like it could be erased at any minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we just don't know enough about it. What'd you think of the cable pictures?
Interesting. Yeah. I mean, I think Josh Brolin will be good.
He is fucking jacked.
Yeah.
Like he put on a lot of muscle.
I'm a big
Kind of
Josh.
had to.
I'm a Josh Brolin fan,
Yeah.
so I'm happy.
Yeah. He looks pretty good.
Now,
I mean,
is he gonna be funny or is he gonna be the straight man?
I think he's gonna be a straight man.
You don't think he's gonna like even crack wise?
No, he'll be the butt of the joke.
Yeah, he'll probably be the butt of the joke and then like maybe throw in a few one-liners there, like Tommy Lee Jones in Men in Black.
Okay, fair enough. And if he's a straight man for Deadpool's insanity, that's fine.
Just I hope that they can match the first one because I mean they set the bar pretty high.
Hopefully, I mean they lost the director, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll see.
But who's directing it? Isn't it one of the guys from John Wick?
No idea.
Look it up. You have the phone in your hand. You have all the
Get
power.
to work.
If he had done John Wick, wouldn't he?
They can't do any wrong for me right now. I love the first two John Wicks.
Same director for both those?
Yeah, who I think
With the
was
stuntman?
was the stuntman, but I think he was Keanu Reeves' stunt double in The Matrix.
Okay.
Maybe that's how he got him to do it. Yeah, Keanu Reeves is 52.
Is he?
Yeah, that kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like, as in, you think that's old or not old enough?
No, he doesn't look the age.
He's old. Sam Elliott's like 72.
like ancient.
William Shatner's 85.
And how old is like Harrison Ford? He's
He's in his 70s. But Harrison Ford looks old. William Shatner looks like he could be 58. I mean, he really doesn't look.
I haven't seen him since.
His hair is still colored, but not like fake colored. Like you can still see like gray in it.
Yeah.
He still has a full head of hair. He's not all like withered.
That's true.
He
Well, that's
looks-
what happens when you're plump.
He looks really good for 85.
Director
Hides all the wrinkles.
David Leitch.
Oh, that's
Letch.
not him. Look him up. What else he's done? That's not the guy from.
All
John Wick.
filmography. It's loading.
Logan Lucky, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes right
I
now.
want to see it.
Have you seen the trailers for that? Looks really good.
Yeah, the ones with
Channing Tatum and Adam Driver and Sebastian Stan and Katie Holmes.
Daniel Craig is going to steal that show.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
And it was a Family Guy.
Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was like an odd thing. Hopefully it's just like a cameo.
it's Steve Soderbergh, the guy that did Ocean's 11.
Deadpool 2, the guy directed Atomic Blonde, which I wanted to see.
Why?
I thought it looked good. I didn't like how it looked saturated, all the color, but the fact it has, what's his name in it?
John
Professor
McAvoy?
X. Yeah.
I like
And
McAvoy a
some
lot.
of the action scenes looked legit to me.
Yeah, they looked.
And I seen in a review, somebody said, like, the fight scenes were actually really well done.
It was like I think it came in like low 70s
And-
on Rotten Tomatoes.
By the way, I'm a big fan of Charlize Theron.
She's horrible.
Neither one of us like her.
That's
at all.
fine. That might sour it for you. But I didn't see it because, whatever.
Because
So
you weren't allowed.
so many movies out. I watched Valerian instead, I think. And that's more friendly for everybody. So colorful and vibrant and
But
fun.
that didn't get good reviews.
It wasn't a bad movie.
Trying to lose some weight, drinking water. You didn't come over with a frappuccino this time.
I didn't have time. It was late enough.
Yeah, it was pretty late. No, what movie?
John Wick, he's credited for a director, but it says uncredited
For what?
as a director. Like David Leitch.
It says director, but he says uncredited
Yeah,
director.
he has 4 directing roles. John Wick, uncredited.
So maybe he's a side director.
Deadpool, No Good Deed, a short. So it must have been that one with
Uh-huh.
Atomic Blonde and Deadpool 2.
Weird. That's strange.
Those are like, if those are your only like thing, he's an actor in The Bourne Legacy. He was Driver. V for
Man number
Vendetta.
He's a stunt guy.
Convenience Store V. The Dukes of Hazzard. He was Puncher.
Nice. It's a good track record.
Yeah. So I think he's just like the stuntman in a lot of these dumbass movies. But that's good credit, man. If you
still haven't seen John Wick 2, right?
no,
That's pretty good. You should watch it.
that's my blind spot.
That's a big blind spot. Big.
Compared to like movies that have been out like 50 years, I think the older you are, the bigger blind spot it becomes.
Yeah, but if it's a movie that's not in your wheelhouse, like Citizen Kane, I mean,
Or generation,
Yeah.
time frame.
it's kind of hard to say that.
There's so much content. It's really
Yeah.
difficult.
There's like 20 movies though that are just old and probably black and white that just have lasted the time.
Test of Time?
Yeah, that's good.
Like what?
Casablanca.
Never seen
Never
it.
seen it.
Yeah.
You also grew up in a house
Wizard
where you
of
guys
Oz.
watched. Yes, love
Willy
everybody.
Wonka. What's the one where the guy? It's a Wonderful Life.
I've never seen. You seen that?
Yeah.
You grew up in a house where you guys watch a lot of old movies, though.
Have you seen A Christmas Story?
That's not an old movie.
I'm getting a little closer, but
It's shot to look older than it is, like
Right.
Clash of the Titans.
but A Christmas Story and like It's a Wonderful Life are like 2 Christmas movies that play every year.
I understand, but why? Like I said, once it's generations past, It's really really tough to go back and play a video game where the graphics are shit if you've never played it before.
Humans looked pretty good back in those days. They didn't look all pixelated.
Yeah, they did. I mean, you can't.
It's like watching a baseball game in the 90s.
Yes. You could put lipstick on a pig. It's still a fucking pig.
So he said because it's not HD, you can't stand to watch it?
No, that's not what he's saying.
It's just out of my generation. It's too far back.
Or if it's not passed down from family. Like, we watch Christmas Story all the time during Christmas because that's what my dad watched, and that's why we watched it.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie, and I'm not saying I wouldn't like it, but like...
You would never seek out any...
I mean, we did for Godfather. I watched Taxi Driver.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like I'd say
watch
never,
the
but
more hardcore one.
It really is hard for me to watch a black and white movie if I didn't watch it when I was younger. And I use the example of Army of Darkness. We all love Army of Darkness. Well, you and I love Army of Darkness. I don't know how. Yeah, you watch Ash vs. Evil Dead. But I tried to get Brian to watch it, and it was not happening.
It's so funny, though, when you watch something as a kid versus now, you can see, like, you see what you remember it being, and you see what it actually is. Like, Army of Darkness is cheesy as fuck sometimes, and it still doesn't bother me to this day, but it's because I watched it as a kid, I think. If I was to watch it nowadays, man...
But it's supposed to be cheesy. It's not like it's serious. And
No, I agree. But I don't think I would hold it in as high regard as I do if I hadn't watched it as a kid.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Like, we tried to watch Legend. You tried to show me that because I'd never seen it.
Yeah.
He didn't make it out, like, past, like, 20 minutes.
Labyrinth?
He was just like, no. Same thing with Labyrinth.
Wait,
I've never seen that.
You couldn't watch Legend?
No, I've seen them both.
Oh.
She hasn't.
So we started to try
But
to
you
watch
watched
them.
Neverending Story, which is the same...
That was
thing.
homework. This was, like, how many years ago?
Yeah. If it was homework, she would have sat through the whole thing.
So, would you not
That
watch...
was, like, 11 years ago.
Dude, Neverending Story is not nearly as good as you remember it.
I haven't seen it forever.
Like, even
You want to watch it?
even when we talked about it here, you didn't realize that Treyu,
you said it was like...
Artex dies in like the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, no way, it's like
I thought it was
halfway.
towards the end.
You see things differently through your adult lenses than you do your child lenses.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I would or wouldn't like Citizen Kane or Casablanca or any of those.
So you don't think you'd watch Citizen Kane ever now?
I'd like to,
that
for the
one
mere
is-
fact that it's listed arguably as the #1 movie of all time.
Yeah.
You see it on the top of the list with like Shawshank Redemption and Godfather and those movies.
I scrolled through the list real quick to see what gaps I had. And we went through, like...
Yeah, we went through...
And I'd seen a lot of them, like, a lot of, like, we were Seven Samurai, which is, Japanese film.
Yeah.
But I like that. But what I realized, I haven't seen a lot of Hitchcock movies. I remember watching Summer Cycle when I was a kid. I've never watched it as an adult. I've never seen Rear Window, seen parodies of it, or the Transformer Kid. What's that one he was in?
Shia LaBeouf with...
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're
It's
talking
basically...
about. I actually like that movie.
Yeah, it's okay. Suburbia?
Suburbia, yeah.
Yeah.
Disturbia, wasn't it?
No, it was
it's
Disturbia.
Disturbia.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, good call. Dial M for Murder, like Vertigo, North by Northwest. Never seen any of those.
I've seen... Now, I couldn't tell you about them, but I know for a fact that I've seen Psycho, Vertigo, Rear Window, North by Northwest, and Birds.
I think Birds.
And I used to watch the Alfred Hitchcock show a lot when I was a
never
kid.
did. So I think Birds is one I've probably seen the most and remember the most of. Psycho you see nowadays because you've seen it's on clips everywhere. Top 10 horror movie, whatever.
Yeah.
But
one of the guys from work just said he went to... It's north of San Francisco, I think he said. I can't remember what it's... Something
Montecito?
Bay. No, it was something Bay where they shot Birds.
Okay.
Him and his daughter just went there on a whim.
it's still like old and like
I
it's
think
a
it
tourist
is.
destination.
I don't know if it's a tourist destination, but I mean they can claim that they filmed Birds there.
Yeah, popular movie at the time at least.
Yeah, but I don't even know what we were
So
talking about anymore.
Hitchcock movies is my like blind spot.
And you haven't seen Old Boy.
No, that was on the list I scrolled through.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that.
It's
So
okay.
Yeah.
At the very least, you can say that there's nothing else like it.
No.
Josh Brolin did the remake. Never seen it.
I heard
it's
it.
terrible.
Yeah, obviously we heard that.
Some just came out and has like what was it? Some movie just came out and it got 18% on Rotten Tomatoes and it was like a big deal. What the fuck movie just came out?
Dark Tower?
Dark Tower. Dark Tower only got 18% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I guess people were pretty pissed. Emoji only got, I think, 1% or 2%. Something really low.
You could see that coming a mile away though.
Yeah. I also think that it's a little unfair when movie critics put on adult gloves for kid movies, because some kid movies are just going to be made for kid movies. They're not like Pixar movies or DreamWorks movies where there's an adult
agree.
The whole
element.
family.
I think you can read just from the content of the movie that is either it's just some movies are just like cash grabs for kids.
Oh yeah.
I think the emoji movies are just a cash grab for kids. As long as it makes sense, it's not a fucking train wreck.
Well, there was this movie called Nolan of the North. It was a polar bear movie,
Yeah.
and both the boys really wanted to see it, and I was just looking at it. I'm like, this looks like the worst fucking
Garbage.
movie
Same shit.
ever. And I think it got a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people don't like Rotten Tomatoes, but I don't really care.
That's fine. When you compare the Zootopia that actually has like a moral message and the jokes are on point and it's funny.
Lego
There's a
Ninjago
mystery.
movie comes out next month.
Oh,
I
that
think.
looks good too.
That looks pretty funny.
I think it looks funny.
Did you never saw Lego Batman? Did you?
No, I didn't.
It was really good.
I thought you had some negative things to say about it.
It wasn't as good as the Lego movie, but
High standard.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, if they set the standard that high, and they keep it pretty high, I mean, the first two Lego movies have been great.
They're gonna make another Lego movie too.
Yeah. I just saw that the Despicable Me Minion franchise is now the most successful animated franchises of all time.
Really? Surpass Shrek? I'm guessing.
Shrek, Toy
And
Story.
Toy Story.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? But they don't lump like Pixar movies together, or it's,
No, that's
it's a
fine.
franchise.
How many Minions movies have there been?
One Minion movie and 3 Despicable Me's.
Oh, so just 4 movies total?
4 movies.
I've seen 1.
The first one?
Yeah.
First one's good. First one's really good. You didn't like it. Second one was not good.
I didn't like it.
I thought you didn't like it.
It was okay. It didn't blow my mind. It was just funny. I mean, like most of the animated movies, there's nothing bad about them. The ones that stand out really stand out.
Well, this third Despicable Me wasn't bad. It was kind of like Kung Fu Panda. I love the first Kung Fu Panda.
I've only seen 1 of those.
And did you like it?
Yeah,
That's really good.
yeah, I liked it a lot.
And the second Kung Fu Panda I didn't like, but the third one was really good. I like the third one a lot.
Do they only have 3?
Yeah. Those are good. I like Kung Fu
I have
Panda.
no idea. We're in a different boat though. Like, as you said, you had never seen Shrek or a lot of Shrek, or
I've seen all the Shreks.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I feel like you watch them late.
No.
Later.
No.
It's because I like the fourth one better
Later
than the
in
other
life,
ones,
is he,
other
like,
than the
50?
first one. I like the first one and the fourth one with Rumpelstiltskin. I didn't like 2 or 3.
I remember 3 sucking balls, but I remember liking 1 and 2 a lot.
I liked 1 and 4. Mine would go 1, 4, 2, 3.
That's funny. 'Cause I remember
And yours is 1, 2.
I've seen 2 the most, but we've had this argument years
Yeah.
ago.
Well, I've seen a lot more kid movies than you at this point too.
Oh, for sure. If there's one thing I'm blind to now, it's all the animated movies that come out.
Yeah.
I watch like 1 for every 4 at best.
You haven't seen Brave.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
You
probably
haven't seen Inside Out.
the oldest one I can think of. The last like 3 Pixar movies, I think. 4.
Good Dinosaur.
Never seen it.
I didn't get to see all that.
Finding Dory.
Never seen it.
Those are all good movies.
Oh yeah, and what's the one you really love? Not Pixar. Walt Disney Studios animation.
Oh,
Meet the
Moana.
Robinsons.
Moana.
He's seen Meet the Robinsons.
Okay.
Oh, I fucking love that
It's a great
movie.
movie.
I told him to watch.
Doesn't get play.
I told him to watch Meet the Robinsons. Surfs Up. He liked Meet the Robinsons. He didn't like Surfs Up.
Did I watch Surf's Up?
Yeah,
The Penguin?
yeah. You said
Sucks,
you didn't
bro.
like
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I love that movie.
Like Madagascar.
I've never seen a single Madagascar.
I've only seen the first one.
I've never seen those, and I've never seen Ice Ages.
I've only seen the first Ice Age. So a lot of these movies I've only seen like 1 of 3 apparently.
Kicked off the series.
Moana is so good.
I've only seen the first one.
Yeah, Frozen. For as much as you watched Frozen, I'm sure, man, you could give Moana a chance. You have it
Yeah.
at your house.
Was Wreck-It Ralph same studio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tangled, Frozen, or Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, Moana.
I've never seen
Really,
that.
when Disney started to turn it around.
Yeah.
Because for a while there, other than Pixar movies, Disney wasn't doing very well.
No.
You argue that, what's that princess movie they made, last hand-drawn animated one? Princess and the Frog?
No, Princess and the Frog.
That's actually a good movie.
Yeah.
That did okay, but like
I never saw it, but-
Brother Bear,
Wasn't it like a good movie though?
I
But
don't think it did very well.
I just don't think it did very well.
yeah. So I mean,
Maybe
but
the marketing team need to get fired.
I didn't even think about watching Tangled, and she watched it with Parker when he was really little, and then I watched it. I was like, wow, this is really good.
I'm gonna watch that way late, but good movie.
I like Tangled better than I like Frozen. Frozen is actually my least favorite of the 4 movies.
I could say that.
You haven't seen Moana, so you couldn't say.
The 3 I've seen.
So you think Tangled's your least favorite? Because I'm sure you'd put Wreck-It Ralph above Frozen, right?
I'd put Wreck-It Ralph way higher. The other 2 are close.
I like Tangled way better than Frozen. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because I like Flynn Rider a lot
Yeah.
more, and I like
There's nothing wrong with the movie.
I like Pascal a lot, the chameleon. But I'd say Moana is my favorite out of all four of them.
That's funny.
And then probably Wreck-It Ralph, and then Tangled, and then Frozen.
So what's your blind spot then, Robert?
For what?
What's your biggest blind spot right now? What we haven't watched?
I don't know. Katrina was talking about movies that are coming out month to month, like September is It and Kingsman, and November is Thor, and she's like, and then your movie comes out in December, and I was like, Star Wars? She's like, no, The Disaster Artist.
Yeah.
I'm like,
What have you been talking about?
the trailer was so good. I want to see it.
You've seen all the Star Wars, all the Lord of the Rings.
All the Harry Potters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what my other blind spots would be. I've tried to fill a lot of them. Like, I had never seen Blade Runner. You hadn't either.
No, the Transformers I'm blind to. I've seen the first one.
But I don't care about those.
It's popular pop culture wise. I mean, obviously.
Is it?
Well, they churn them out every year. So, I mean, they're somewhere in there.
They're fucking... I mean, I saw the first two, and after the second one, I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
They are what they are. And people love... I mean, in that case, same thing. Not my cup of tea, but the Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah, I've
I saw one.
I'm blind to
seen
that.
two.
I've seen 1.5.
Yeah, I'm not interested in... they're not... To me, it doesn't fall into the same category as like Lord of the Rings or...
Yeah. I know what you're blind to eat. Mad Max, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen those.
You've seen 104?
Yeah, the most recent one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard the first one's not even worth watching. I heard it's not even good till the second one.
But Road Warrior?
There's a different tone. 2 and 3, they become like just weird, like... I don't know. It's not like a quality movie. Like, you're not going to be... It's not like Braveheart, where you go in and it's like a fucking gripping...
I've never been able to get through Braveheart.
Mel Gibson blind?
No,
No,
I like
it's
Mel
not.
Gibson.
You seen all the Lethal Weapons?
Patriots
Yes,
is like one
I
of
was
his favorite movies.
just talking about how they have the Lethal Weapon collection at Costco, and I want it because we were watching
They're
the
good
third
movies.
one
They hold up.
Santa
most of-
Barbara.
in Santa Barbara, and I was like, I really want to watch all the Lethal Weapons again. I like What Women Want. I like The Patriot. I
Don't
like...
admit that women want one.
Why? It's actually a good
movies
movie.
like that.
I've been watching a bunch as a kid, but you can't just say that. That's...
I'm saying that I like
You
Mel
just said
Gibson.
that.
Okay, so you hate Helen Hunt. Just say that.
No, I
Say it
like
out loud.
What Women Want.
You hate
I like Helen Hunt.
God damn
She was
it.
good in Twister.
I
That was her,
I
right?
like that movie, yes.
Twister?
Yes.
Twister wasn't a bad movie at the time.
I've watched Twister a million times. It's funny that the Twisters are like the
I like
villains.
Ransom. Ransom was a good movie.
I never saw Ransom.
Payback was a good movie.
Payback, I love.
Yeah,
I loved. I haven't seen it in a long time.
that one where he was like frozen in time.
Don't know it.
No, he was like not frozen in time, but he was like forever young. Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Couldn't really get into that. I don't have my phone on me, so I can't look up Mel Gibson movies.
But Braveheart is one of his biggest, if not.
I'd never seen a second of that.
I have.
So
I
crazy.
watched like 45 minutes of it.
That's-
So I was like
that's a
5% through.
Epic movie. Like,
I can't get through Casino, and people rant and rave
That's a
about
good
that.
I've never
movie.
seen Casino.
It's a good movie.
Uh,
Not my favorite, but it's good.
We have Hacksaw Ridge on the DVR. I want to watch that.
Yeah. You ever watch Apocalypto?
No.
Pretty solid movie.
Is it?
No.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
Full Metal Jacket, never seen that.
I haven't either.
So, what movies? Saving Private Ryan?
He's seen that.
You haven't?
No, I have.
Okay.
I was answering for him.
Sorry.
He wasn't present.
Platoon.
Never
No.
seen Platoon.
Platoon, you should watch more than Full Metal Jacket, I would say.
Isn't Full Metal Jacket Vic's like...
Yeah. You know what's good about Full Metal Jacket? Good, in a way. The first half takes place, maybe not the first half, but a good chunk of it, in boot camp. And Arlie Emery is the drill instructor.
heard.
And it's just so entertaining to watch him be a fucking piece of shit dick asshole.
Signs?
I like Signs.
Good movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back a little further, and then we'll talk Game of Thrones, because
Back
we got to
in
get
time.
into it.
Old Mel Gibson movies.
Yeah.
Before
Going
he
back
lost
to
his
where
shit.
Mad Max, we'll start at that. Yeah, I'm not really knowing all these. Lethal Weapon, love Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon 2. Lethal Weapon 3, Forever Young, Man Without a Face. Maverick, I fucking love
yeah,
Maverick.
You do.
I haven't seen that since I was probably like
That's a
12.
cheesy movie too, but I love that movie. I can watch it anytime. Braveheart,
James Garner in him.
Pocahontas.
Was it James Garner in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
James, or what'd you say?
James Garner?
James Garner. Yeah, he was Maverick.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember if he was in the movie.
Yeah, he was. He was his dad. Conspiracy Theory, Lethal Weapon 4, Payback, $1 Million Hotel, The Patriot, What Women Want. Good movie. We Were Soldiers. I've never seen it.
I've watched that a million times. It's
Signs, and then that's kind of when he went off.
Korean War.
Crazy Town.
Edge of Darkness, The Beaver, Get the Gringo, Expendables 3. Yeah, that's when he's kind of... Yeah. You guys want to talk Game of Thrones?
If you want to, is that the only gap? Or you have a video game gap? Or does Katrina have one?
I have
many gaps.
I have a video game gap. I never
What
got into
one?
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah. I would say Final Fantasy X is weak for me.
That's such a good game.
Yeah. Or Metroid series.
I played Metroid and Super Metroid, but I never played after that.
I didn't play any, so... And it was a GameCube trilogy that really killed it. It had, like, perfect 10.
Yeah.
I was so jealous I didn't need to play it because I didn't have it.
Skip that generation.
Yeah. Did I say Dreamcast or GameCube?
GameCube.
Okay.
No, you were right.
Good.
Yeah.
Thought I misspoke. And Katrina?
Which gaps are we talking?
Any? Anyone?
Well, I didn't have any consoles until I met Robert.
So, the whole video game genre was a gap.
Well, I had a Sega Game Gear. That was all I got.
I've been playing Mario RPG again
That's good.
Every day.
every day almost.
That's cool.
I'm going to end up beating it way faster than I ever have in the past, though. Even with, like, grinding and leveling and stuff, I'm still going to beat it way faster than I've ever beat it. And I haven't died in any...
Too easy.
And I fought, like, when I started the game, I fought every single villain for, like, the first 4 or 5 levels to just bring my characters up as high as I could.
Grinding.
And then I actually looked up online this time around to see what the best combination of characters is. Because I always went Mario, Geno, Bowser, but I guess Bowser isn't the best third person to have. So I'm switching them out, trying the game a different way.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm already more than halfway through the game.
That's cool. Never played it.
That's a gap. That's a blind spot. That's an excellent game.
I probably have a lot of RPG gaps. Like one that's popular, Witcher. Never played a single one, and people love that shit.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
She got to see, before the first one came out, like a special presentation type thing.
We got to see a lot of things.
Nudity.
I don't remember that.
Well, we usually keep these things around an hour, and we're at 55 minutes. So
Fuck you, Will.
no. we're at 37, and I want to get to Game of Thrones because I want to turn this off and watch Rick and Morty before I go to sleep.
Okay.
So Game of Thrones subpar episode.
Episode 4.
Episode 4, season 7.
We should talk about everything in the first half. That was, in my mind, as cool as the second half. Because the Arya and Sansa meet
Yeah.
for the first time since season 1.
Yep.
And mostly Arya became a different person, but Sansa has too. And
They all have.
Yeah, everyone else, I don't know, like, Sansa's given looks to, like, obviously when she was training with Brienne.
Mm-hmm.
That was
But-
such a good scene.
Right.
Oh, I'll talk about that, but Sansa's given looks like, I don't know if her look is like, I don't know these people anymore, or like, why the fuck
She's wondering what happened to her.
I'm thinking that if I was her, why is one of my people, like, brother, like, family member psychic, and the other one's like a super warrior,
Yeah.
and I'm just fucking sitting here getting raped?
Yeah.
Like, where are my skills? Why didn't they develop? What am I good at?
Well, it's not.
John's King of the North.
She's good at reading people.
But like, I mean, if you look at all 4 of them, she's grown mentally the most. You would think.
Yes.
I mean,
she can control herself.
Over
Knows how to
John?
control a situation.
well, I mean them both, but like, okay, if Bran is basically a psychic now, and Arya's a warrior, and Jon is
She's
king.
an assassin. That was different.
Bran almost died. He's been paralyzed.
Yeah.
He almost died.
Bran's detached from humanity now.
Yeah, he's been chased by White Walkers.
Mm-hmm.
Arya went blind, had to kill multiple, not just chose to kill people, but was told to kill people. Had to go through like torture basically. Jon died, also fought White Walkers, and
Sansa got raped.
yeah, Sansa got raped. And she got tortured
Yeah, she did.
by multiple people.
Mentally and physically at
Well,
one
from
point.
Joffrey to Ramsay.
Yeah.
Well, even Littlefinger, he basically sold her to Ramsay.
Yeah, everywhere she went, she was like subject to
A pass off.
But where everybody else's thing, well, I guess Bran's is mental. I think that she's mentally matured, and she's playing the game now.
She thinks on her feet, knows where she's going.
Yeah.
It's okay.
She's gotten a lot better.
All the other characters have a more interesting storyline.
Absolutely, but she's
not nearly as annoying as she was before.
I can say about almost all of them now. Shit. Well,
John was never
they're all
annoying.
such adults. No, well, season 1, he was a bit annoying. He wanted to go back. I want to go back. You don't understand what it's like to be me. Everybody calls me names. But
You just watched it.
Yeah. But legitimately, by the time he travels the wildlings, he comes back, he's not taking shit from Sir Alistair. He's like, the wildlings are here. They're at the wall. We got to do this shit now. And that's when he became like man.
I want to rewatch the first season, but I didn't get that he was like...
He wasn't like Joffrey
bitching
whining
about the thing.
We're talking like
Could you imagine
7 years ago.
Can you imagine being raised your entire life to be like treated as an outsider in your own family? That's gotta be.
I love that picture of the Starks where he's over here, and then everybody else is on the other side of the page.
It's gotta suck. But there's all kinds of stuff.
Brienne sparring.
Yeah.
Like, that swordplay alone was better than most of the swordplay in the show. Like, and the show has progressed and gotten better and better. But that
she was holding back to begin with, but once it got going, she wasn't holding back.
Yeah. The fact that she mastered... I don't know if it's almost cheating that nobody really taught her how to fight, but the fact that she's a master water dancer now, basically, is freaking badass.
Yeah.
She can't jump, because nobody taught her with a sword at all, right? Did I forget in Bravos? Like, she went blind, and then she
had the stick.
She learned to, like, be blind and fight, kind of, but you never see anything like... What she did was swing it behind her back and shit.
Just when she was walking up, and she's like...
I wish she was...
Or like when she when she was showing the dagger, she's like spinning it in her hand and stuff.
Yeah.
You can tell she's... Yeah. But...
Littlefinger handing that dagger away. You did it, you dickwad.
And Bran knows. I mean, Bran knows everything he's done.
Yeah. What'd he say to...
Chaos is a ladder.
Yeah. And that was...
throwback.
To, like, season 3.
Yeah.
To him and Varys, right?
When he said it to him.
Yeah. I remember.
You've rewatched it.
Yeah,
so.
and in the I remember the trailer, that was the voiceover for that season.
Well, also. Brian texted me and said I couldn't make out what he said. We rewound it.
And we re-listened to it.
Twice to catch what he said.
What he said, Chaos is louder?
Yeah.
Oh, I picked it up first time.
It was tough to pick it up.
But I had just, you said, watch it probably 2 weeks ago, so not even.
So, obviously, the next day, everything was, look at the throwback to this episode, like the throwback with Arya. And,
okay, I'm glad I picked it up without needing to be told.
You wouldn't have if you didn't just watch it.
No, I probably
agree.
There's
no way. There's so much information.
It sounded familiar, but I couldn't place it.
Yeah, I remember that speech. I get excited when Game of Thrones releases a trailer. So I remember, like, season 3 and 4, they both had voiceovers from, like, some monologue in the season, and then that's what season 3's. Chaos is a ladder. Some men fall while trying to climb it, and others, whatever. Fuck.
Just to the very end real quick, because I've seen differences of his... Nobody here thinks Jaime's dead, right?
No.
I think, if anything, Bronn's going to be dying. It may have final
words. I hope not.
I thought Bronn was dying.
Of the episode.
Throughout the whole fight, you don't want anybody to die on either side, to be honest. But I thought this was Bronn's episode to die.
So
we did too.
So, when, like, at first, I want,
Which is his first episode
You're watching,
of the season.
but you don't want to watch.
You want the Lannisters to lose, but I'm just like, okay, just let them escape the battle. But when they had the...
just run away.
The Battle of the Bastards, like point of view with Bronn running through the battle. I'm like, this is his fucking episode to die. Oh, god damn it. Like, I'd rather Jaime go, like, legitimately, than Bronn. Yeah. I want Bronn to live through the whole show and meet Tyrion again.
That'd be cool.
Because he's one of my favorite characters.
Well, he might meet Tyrion...
Right now. He might be captive, for all we know.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping... Like, I just kept saying, Jaime can die. Take him. but leave my Bronn. And then the jump of the water, I hope they're both alive, whether they both get captured or not.
I think they're both alive.
But I can see something where, like, Bronn gets pulled out, his body's fucked up or something, and he gets the last word with Jaime. That could happen. I don't want it to. Fucking dread it. But
it was a very bittersweet moment for Tyrion as he's watching it, like, because he's like, okay, my side's winning, but he's watching.
What did he say when his brother was riding? He's just like,
you
fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You fucking turn around.
Yeah. Everything about it too, like when Jamie looks over and the wind hits and it like blows all the bodies that were ash like away, you're just like, oh my god.
The dragon fire burned him to an like.
And the whole time I'm like
an ash statue.
Like leave. Like Bronn told him, he's like, you're the commander. He's like, leave. You need to leave.
I thought they want the viewer to actually have that. But
yeah, they did it well.
Were you expecting the battle this episode?
No.
So I thought I was just going to cut to another scene, like wagon train scene. Okay, there's jokes. Dick on joke.
Yeah, that was good.
That was great.
But as soon as you heard like horse.
Did you know what it was immediately?
Yeah, before you saw him, I assume you did, right?
Well, at first I was like, I wonder if it's wind beneath dragon wings, and then I was like, no, that's Dothraki hoofbeats.
Yeah.
And that was badass too.
And as soon as I thought, oh shit, that sounds like thunder.
Dude, them jumping off the horses and
everything about
cutting the leg off a bronze horse.
That looked better than like Lord of the Rings like special effects to me. Like that charging, like everything, like the camera panning above, like the horse guys, like just like it looks like
How about Syndergaard throwing that spear? You like that one?
What?
Noah Syndergaard, he's a pitcher for the Mets. He was in the episode.
He was the focal point guy who threw the first spear.
No, I didn't notice it.
It's bullshit because he's my pitcher. He was my second round draft pick, and he's been injured almost all year.
But he's in Game of Thrones.
When did he film
It
it?
doesn't fucking matter.
He might have filmed it before though.
It doesn't matter.
Robert was so mad.
I'm like, motherfucker can throw a spear,
So
but he can't throw a
they show his
baseball.
face up close.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the focal point that threw the
I
first
didn't notice
spear
it
into
while we
the
were watching the
horse.
episode.
That's funny because I wouldn't know his face, so that's something I know.
He's like towering over everybody.
But
how about this? Do you agree if Bronn would have had somebody loading that thing for him, he would have killed a dragon this episode?
well, probably, but it's they're not going in the show.
I understand, but you see
that thing should have been the first thing broken open.
Yeah. Well, the dragon flies down once it got hit, and it's hovering right in front of him for a split second. Like, if he would have had that reloaded, he would have taken that fucking dragon
What do
out.
you mean that's the first thing that should have been... Everybody's losing their shit. Like, they're not going to go, oh, we have a freaking crossbow. Let's go unravel it. No one's thinking that.
When the dragon first appears,
That's the first thing you should be thinking.
That's what you should be thinking, but no one's going to do that.
at least Jamie should have. Not like he should have waited. They know they have this weapon that they brought along with them in case the dragon shows up. Because that was built.
It should be the first thing.
It should be the first
Agreed.
thing, but when does that work in battle?
I'm
Never.
I don't know.
It just seemed like a show plot thing. Like it had to be the reveal. Oh shit! Now that the dragon's fucking us up, here's the reveal of how we can fight back and whatever.
And you know how many of those do you think she has made?
Well, I would hope.
Wayburn made all those stupid pots of dragon's fire, so he's probably got like 10 stashed somewhere.
I would hope dozens and dozens.
You got to figure they're on the
Red Keep?
walls of the Red Keep, right?
Yeah. Or for the show, maybe they'll make it more interesting and put him somewhere else. Who knows?
You got to assume that at least one dragon's dying before the show's over too. They're not all going to make it. There's no way.
I have no idea. They could all die for all I know. None of them could.
I don't think they make it through the season. I'd be willing to put money on it.
I would like to see them not die at least until we get 3 people riding dragons same time. Jon Snow, Tyrion, and her. A Stark, a Lannister, and a Targaryen.
That'd be
You
pretty
mean
cool.
Starkarian. That's what I've said now. That's who John is.
A Starkarian?
He's a Starkarian.
Fair enough.
I don't know about the music in it, but when the dragon first appeared and flew over and like you fucking just like dropped and blazed everybody, that moment was just giving goosebumps. Kind of like fuck, oh shit, like we're waiting for this forever. Like I thought, just they paced the scene very well because you had like a build up of them charging, and then here's the dragon fucking over the horizon and swooping down and fucking killing. I couldn't speak. I can't remember a battle in Game of Thrones that was better. I know you would argue.
Battle of the Bastards is a great battle.
Yeah, it's definitely top 3.
So, Battle of the Bastards. This. Do you count Hardhome? Because I know you said you liked Battle of Blackwater too.
I like the Battle of Blackwater. I forgot about Hardhome.
That's
pretty good.
And we're gonna have Hard Home Part 2 soon.
It's just I liked it a lot. I have no complaints, but to me, like Jon Snow catching all of Ramsay's arrows while he's charging after him, for me, like stuff like that was a lot
More tense.
It was a lot more tense.
There's something visceral about it, just one-on-one.
Yeah, and then like
when Jaime thought that he could take on Daenerys by himself with the spear with a dragon behind her.
Yeah.
Like
he had to try.
Just a dragon fucking destroying. Like I don't know how much money they spent on like extras and CG this one.
It's a lot. That's why they had to shorten the season.
Yeah, and then it goes to the Bronn point of view part, and then just
he was scared for a little while.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And like I like that he goes. He's really good warrior, but he goes one-on-one with this Dothraki warrior, and he gets the shit handed to him for one. The guy blocks the throwing dagger, and then I think Bronn did that trick. He cut off a horse's leg. Fuck, I don't remember, against some Dornish man or something, or did something. We tripped the
Oh,
horse.
him and Jamie were there?
I think he did that.
Yeah.
But the fact that it happened to him, I was like, oh, fuck, this is what I thought. He's like,
Yeah.
he's dead.
And then he was like struggling to get away.
Yeah.
He got the last laugh on that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't speak more highly about it. I put that number 1. So.
Overall, it's a bullshit episode because they shorted it over, like, the average episode is like an hour.
I fucking didn't notice
You didn't
it.
even
Yeah, I
touch
know.
on-
You didn't notice it because they fucking plugged that battle in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if that battle wouldn't have been in there and it would have been just one-on-one with Littlefinger or whoever, you'd have been like, why the fuck was this episode so short?
You didn't even touch on Jon seeing Theon.
Yeah,
That was great.
yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was a fucking
Punching him in the face.
tense conversation.
Yeah. I wasn't even thinking of I was like, oh, Theon's on that boat. And she's like, John's still there. I was like, John's going to see Theon. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Every time I characterized Theon for the first time, like, I just watched today, Sansa seeing Theon for the first time. I was like, oh yeah, they haven't seen him.
Theon's a piece of shit.
He's not Theon.
No, I mean, he's got PTSD, basically. He's been tortured.
Yeah, my whole season's worth.
I miss Ramsay. That was a good villain. Like, who's the good villain now? It's Cersei? Nobody likes Cersei.
Euron.
Yeah,
Good.
Euron's pretty good.
Did the gold make it back to King's Landing?
Yes.
Yes,
It
they
made
said it
it
at the
in the
beginning.
gate.
That's what I thought.
So she was blasting all the grain and all the food that they
That
had
was gonna
taken
last-
from Highgarden.
uh,
The siege. Yeah.
which they could have just. I think I seen a site cover it, but when they show the dragon, like, a cool shot, but flying overhead, it's just blasting the wagon train. But if she had blasted like 10 feet to the left, it would have got every Lannister
the
guy, and that could have been
soldiers.
all their food. So after seeing that, I was like, oh,
It's
I
like
guess
a
they could
hissy
have.
fit. If I can't have it, you're not going to have it either.
I agree.
Did Tarly die?
The old man.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
They didn't show him the whole battle after he went to whelping people. Don't know if he rode
Flogging.
away then. Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah. That guy's he looks like, they cast him perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
Because he looks like such an asshole.
Yeah.
He just got that face.
You know what's funny? When I read the book, he's in the book more. I don't know if you remember, kind of.
Yeah.
Brienne ran into him a couple times.
Right.
I always imagine, because I think of a big, like, piece of shit dickhead. Who's the knight who's in the up north, Alistair Thorne, who always fucked with Jon Snow? Do you remember that
Okay,
guy?
no.
He was a douchebag who he stabbed him to death for the watch.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I always picture that guy's face whenever I was reading, because he wasn't cast at this point in time as Samuel Tarly's father, whatever his name is,
Okay.
Tarly Senior.
Was this the episode where Jorah was, or was it last one?
No, it was the episode
Last
before.
one?
He was going home.
It's a little tough sometimes.
Going
'cause
home
sometimes
or going to Khaleesi?
Going to Dragonstone is what I'm assuming.
Okay.
Because she had told them that they were going there.
Yeah, because
It's a
going
little
home
tough sometimes to... Because the episodes start to blend together.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Because there was
I
no
wasn't
Sam
sure.
this episode.
Yeah. Do we...
He's off with Slughorn.
How much longer till we get to see Arya see Jon Snow? Is it before the
I
end of
hope
the
next
season?
episode.
I think with as fast as things are going, you might see it next
I
episode.
mean, warp speed that
Yeah.
we have now in Game of
Yeah.
Thrones?
Which I'm fine with.
Two things just reminded me. So Ira's list, I'm watching where she's at the House of Black and White, and her list now has only dwindled in season 5 to like 4 people: Cersei, Meryn Trant, who she killed, and fuck if I remember now. But her list is really, like she said in this episode, everybody's almost off the list. I think legitimately that's when I heard
Just
it.
Cersei?
It's just Cersei. Because, it was Walder Frey.
And she killed him.
And even if she knows that the Hound's alive again, she's not going to kill him.
No.
The Hound wasn't on her list
Oh,
and she thinks he's dead. All
yeah.
along. So maybe
Did
that's
they
why
get to see each other before the end
They're
of
going to fight
the
on the
show?
same side.
he's headed up north.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even think
For
about
one-
that.
These are the flaming
They
sword.
really
For
like
one,
each
he's
other.
to see Brienne again too.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to blame her.
I just watched that fight again. You remember how? Oh,
That was brutal.
You probably think you had. Remember it being brutal? It was. He kicked her right in the.
Yeah.
No,
Snatch.
they're all going to end up fighting on the same side.
He would smash her if he wasn't injured when they fought. Maybe not. It'd be a
He
better
wasn't
fight.
super. Like in the book, they made it seem worse, kind of like Drogo's thing. But in the show, it just seemed like to bother him a little bit.
Wasn't he all cut up?
The guy bit him on the neck, and then he didn't want Ira to burn
Got
it up.
infected?
I don't even remember the episode with Brienne. I don't think he was even touching it. What's her name bit his ear off though. I think Brienne.
Nice. That was a good fight.
Yeah, she was using like a rock and just screaming, hitting his head by the end of it.
He needs to kill the mountain before the end of the show too, right? I mean, that's
What's left of the
I
mountain?
would hope so.
But they're so far apart right now.
Right now,
I don't see anything leading him back yet. Because he's headed north.
when they march on the
When the walkers meet, where's Thornbane at? Tormund.
He's at.
Is he at Hardhome or is
I
he
want
at...
Brienne, Tormund, and the Hound all stand back to back to back fighting White Walkers.
They're not
Eastwatch?
Eastwatch.
Yeah.
That's what the next fight's going to be.
Do we see White Walkers in the next episode?
Yes.
Do you think so? Mm-hmm. Well, we saw him this last episode, right? It was at the beginning? Or no, that was episode
No,
before.
it was at the end because they showed the preview with Bran having his vision.
What do you think about the cave with the children?
Oh, the one that John drew, like in 2 seconds?
That's what some people said, but there were carvings
I
in the
know.
wall.
It was
Who
just
said
funny.
that?
That was on the
Assholes.
interwebs. That people were like, "Oh, he just did
It's just
that."
like a trick.
Yeah,
He just put the chalk in his pocket.
yeah.
That was creepy. Like it did like a little musical twist. But when they show the White Walkers, that little drawing, it's like they've known about these for thousands of years.
Yeah.
This is why they were down here. And I didn't notice this until you watch like on HBO Go. They have the directors talking after the episode, after the credits.
No, I didn't watch that.
Okay. Since I just rewatched the show, do you remember ever White Walkers like displaying corpses in like a pattern? When
I don't remember.
I saw something on that where they just would show fields of after there had been a battle and there'd be
Yeah.
like patterns of bodies.
so Jon
In
Snow,
the same format that the kids wrote on the wall.
yeah.
Oh.
So Jon Snow hooked up with the wildlings. They came upon the bodies of his brothers who had fought like off camera, and they arranged like a circle and then like a spiral outward. And Manfred said, "They're always the artist," or something like that. And even episode 1, when like the little villagers were found in like the very beginning prologue, they were arranged in some artistic fashion, like the dead corpses, and they matched the patterns on the wall the children drew. And some correlation between the children created the White Walkers, that some of their magic or something may correspond to those symbols. Don't know what, but the fact that they derive from actually something that is tangible in the show is kind of cool. Like, this is like a little thing. So when I watched that, I was like, oh, fuck, that's cool. Can I just watch that?
Yeah, I didn't quite get that. As of right now, this podcast is 10 minutes longer than the episode of
Game of
Thrones.
Game of Thrones. I wonder if this episode will be as
It's nowhere near as
well-liked
good as that.
No.
as,
No, sorry.
thanks.
Poor Bran. Is he not going to be cool? Like,
No, he's not going to be ever going to be cool.
Mira is she off the show now?
Yeah.
She's going home.
That's fucked up. Hope she runs into the Hound, actually, or
Who
something.
said? Somebody asked me, could Bran warg into a dragon?
That would be like
You
the end
think so?
game.
Yeah.
He's only ever shown, the furthest he's walked into is Hodor.
Hodor.
Young and
Yeah.
old or whatever. But, who's to say what his potential could be? He hasn't done anything supernatural yet this season.
They're supposed to be able to go into any object.
Cheese.
Sure, if you want to be cheese. Because there was a chapter in the book about a guy who died and he had warged into an animal.
Yeah.
It was an opening chapter in a book.
When they do die, they seem like the guy, Orel, he turned into his hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, one of the book he's trying to warg and
It was
warg
a
into
wolf.
a person. At one point, one of those chapters in the book.
I
the-
read it as he was running with a pack of wolves.
The guy's name was like various like six skins or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
He had like 6 animals that followed him. He was at war, but one was a crow, and he was inside of it when the red woman burned it, so he felt like himself being burned to death. And then, one chapter, he was super sickly, and the White Walkers were coming, and somebody's taking care of him, but I thought he tried to walk inside the body, but they stabbed him.
She did, but he went into, I think, a wolf.
And then,
He
his body
did.
went into his last remaining animal.
He ran off with a pack. So, yes.
It wasn't it was a shadow cat or something, I think.
Couldn't tell you.
But yeah.
A pack animal.
So Manfredo had like 6 generals who were with him in the book. Kind of like leaders of different tribes, and one was a warg who had not just one animal, but he had 6 like loyal ones.
That's awesome.
Something 6 skins, what they call him.
Beastmaster?
Yeah.
Is that his name? Should have been.
No.
One was the Lord of Bones.
Anything you guys want to add in real quick? We're at the end of here.
Did anything else happen besides Winterfell and
The battle?
why was Tyrion there?
What do you mean, why?
Should
He's the hand.
Yeah, but doesn't the hand run things when you're not there?
Yeah. I thought it was weird. He only brought her, but not Missandei or...
Well, Masande's probably the one that she trusts to run things while she's gone.
Who's teasing her? Was it Jon Snow or them? Like, would you take a boat and leave?
No,
Is that gonna,
it was Sir Davos.
Is that going to actually turn into something? Like, for a second, she's like, "We're free. We're not slaves."
I think it was to have her have that speech that they.
Okay.
It was a means
To show
that
loyalty,
end,
like
yeah.
okay. Because I was like, if she just all of a sudden turns tail and runs, that'd
They
be
needed that.
fucking weird.
And John needed to hear that speech of why
That her
they follow-
people-
They follow her.
Yeah. Not because they have to, because they want to.
Yeah, that's cool. I still want Dorne to come in the fucking
Davos
picture.
correcting Mr. John on his speech. That's funny.
Like, yeah, your people can't fight. Your
Yeah.
people suck at fight. I was like, you piece of shit. You got a dragon on your side, you asshole.
They seem to be doing fine on their own.
Oh, there they are. I mean, they did show equal sides dying at
You
one
see
point.
Jason Momoa commenting on it?
No, what do you say? My people?
Yeah,
Boom, boom, boom.
pretty much.
That's what the guy jumped off his horse and like cut like 4 guys' throats, and then
Yeah.
before that, it's like that's so fun. That's literally like season 1. We were like, it would be so cool if they came and fought. They fucking came and fought,
Yeah.
like legitimately. I watched a 20-minute making of the battle too.
Good?
Yeah, it was cool. And the only thing I remember, I don't know if it's a record for a show or for anything, that they set 20 extras on fire at the same time. Like with, you know,
They had a lot of people ready to put them out?
yeah, they had a bunch. But there was a record for at least their show. But the guy was talking like any show,
Because you got to at least have 30 or, like, at least
one for each person.
well, more than that, you figure.
Yeah, I think it was when they turned to dust at one point, like the last time when the dust blew them away.
Uh-huh.
It looked like that's what the setup was.
Huh.
But man, a lot went into just filming that, like I mean, weeks and weeks. But
You alright over there?
Yeah, I'm starting to get tired.
Starting.
still number 1 fight. I'd put that above most Lord of the Rings fights, dude.
That's fine. I mean, you're talking about things that were made 10 to 15 years apart.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is like the gold standard.
I'd still rather watch the Battle of Helm's Deep or the Battle of Minas Tirith over this.
Well, I guess both of those are like 40 minutes in their own right.
Yeah.
And this is 20 minutes. But goddamn.
No,
Because you've been waiting for it for 7 years.
Did you yell at your screen at all?
I was
Yeah.
excited. Yeah.
I was sitting there like, oh, and nobody's around me. Of course, I'm just like, oh, fuck.
You watched it by yourself?
Yeah, I watched it like 11 at night.
Oh.
So we got to do the finale. Well, we always do the finale and premieres anyways.
Yeah. Any prediction now? You think the dragon's going to die?
I think that a dragon is going to die, but I don't
Do you think that spirit?
No.
No?
No.
Just a flesh wound? Just a...
Yeah. Just to show that the dragons could be hurt.
I was wondering if it like fly away. I'm like, I'm hurt.
I also don't think that Daenerys could have pulled that spear out that easily. Obviously, she was struggling, but spears are usually pointed and they've got like
fans
like
on the
like
ends.
they've got, yeah. So when you pull it out,
They won't come out.
Did she actually get it out though?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
Okay, I thought she was still tugging when she
No.
looked behind her like, oh.
She
my
pulled
God.
it out and she threw it down, and that's when she looked behind her and Jamie was coming at her.
Okay. You like her clothes, her outfit?
I don't even like that she was there. They're all right. She's too important for her to be there.
I'd seen an article point out why wasn't she wearing armor, at least a helmet. They
Yeah,
shoot
they're
arrows
shooting
at her.
arrows.
And after reading that, I was like, I think that's an extensive choice for the show, but she should have been wearing fucking armor. But I think the same thing. I just watched the old man, who was the Queen's Guard guy, die. Mm-hmm. And the book, it made note that all the Westerosi knights wear like full plate, and that's why he killed a couple of guys. He's still alive in the book. And the show, he's just wearing like leather. I'm like, why aren't you wearing armor, you dick? But yeah, show choice.
Yeah.
So
All right, I think that's good for the week.
yeah, it was best episode of the year.
So far.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah,
Yeah, I won't argue with that. But they've all been really good this year.
agreed. Episode 1 didn't have a battle though, did it, or anything?
I don't think so.
I don't remember what happened in episode 1, but the last 3 hasn't missed a beat.
Yeah, it's been.
No, she just got in Dragonstone episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of any Cersei scenes right now so far this season.
Yeah, she's not that good.
I hate that.
Can that Bravosi guy be like one of the people and just kill her?
So the Iron Bank guy, so he's gonna be paid off, and they're good. I want to go
He's
sour on
gonna
her.
invest more,
So bad.
apparently.
I want his ship to be taken by Daenerys right now.
Who knows?
Yeah.
He hasn't left yet, obviously.
So.
Do your wrap up.
Nah.
Nah.
No, you're done?
Yeah, we're out. We're done.